The Progress in International Reading Literacy study, known as PIRLS, is an international comparative study that assesses and compares the reading performance of pupils at about age 10, or year 5 in England, every 5 years across nearly 60 countries. England has taken part in every cycle of the study since it first began in 2001. In PIRLS 21 in England, 4,150 pupils across 162 schools took part. In this video, we'll take a look at an overview of England's results. Our other videos cover pupils' attitudes to reading in England and the relationship between phonics and later reading performance. At the end of each video, we'll invite you to reflect on some of the results and how they might be relevant to your pupils and your practice.
PIRLS was impacted by COVID-19. In 6 countries, including England, pupils were tested 12 months later than planned, but those tested were the same age as originally intended. Some other countries didn't delay at all, and still others delayed by 6 months and tested their pupils at 6 months older on average than originally planned. This makes comparisons across the 57 participating countries a bit more complicated, but we can still reasonably interpret comparisons among the 43 of these countries that tested at the usual PIRLS age of around 10 years, whether they delayed testing or not. England has historically performed well in PIRLS. In the 2021 cycle, England's average score was 558, which was significantly higher than the international median score of 520, and 4th highest among the 43 countries that tested pupils at about age 10. England's score in PIRLS 2021 was not significantly different to its score of 559 in PIRLS 2016. The fact that England maintained similar performance before and after the disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, including lockdowns, is encouraging. This may reflect the success of catch-up initiatives and resources such as the National Tutoring Programme and free online lessons, as well as efforts of teachers to support their students through and following COVID-19 disruption. It may also reflect increased emphasis on phonics since 2016, although we can't conclusively identify what caused England's stability in reading performance since 2016. PIRLS includes both literary and informational texts. Literary texts in PIRLS tend to consist of narrative fiction in which pupils engage with events, characters, settings, ideas, emotions, actions and consequences. For example, the story of The Empty Pot, in which the Emperor of China holds a competition to determine his successor. Informational texts in PIRLS are designed to represent students' authentic experiences of reading to acquire and use information inside or outside of school. For example, The Amazing Octopus is an informational text covering what octopuses look like, facts about their behaviour, and examples illustrating their intelligence and abilities. Pupils in England performed similarly on average, whether they were reading literary or informational texts. Pupils scored significantly higher on average when interpreting and integrating ideas and information, and when examining and evaluating content, language, and textual elements, than they did when making straightforward inferences or focusing on and retrieving explicitly stated information.
Results from research like PIRLS tell us about broad patterns of performance and the various factors associated with them. Of course, the situation in a particular school or classroom might be different. We'd like to invite you now to reflect on the following questions. Has pupils' reading remained stable in your setting or caught up since before the COVID-19 pandemic? Why do you think this has been the case, or why not? How do you explain any patterns you see in your school or classroom that are similar or different to the PIRLS 2021 results for England? What kinds of data do you use to understand children's reading performance and changes to it over time? Do these results raise any ideas about other kinds of data that you or your school might need to consider? If you'd like to learn more about England's results from PIRLS 2021, you can visit this link.